Okey, Assalamualaikum dan selamat pagi. Kita sambung dengan 2.2 calorimeter lagi sekali untuk part yang ketiga. Okey, last part untuk 2.2 ya. Di mana melibatkan coffee cup calorimeter. So, what is the function of this device? To measure the heat release in non-combustion reaction. Okey, untuk tindak balas yang bukan melibatkan pembakaran. Such as heat of neutralization and heat of solution. But for our syllabus, kita fokus pada enthalpy of neutralization for the coffee cup calorimeter. So this one kita akan apply in experiment 2 lah. Boleh kalau tadi boom calorimeter to measure the heat release in combustion process. Yang ni untuk heat release for the non-combustion such as for the heat of neutralization. So kita dah settle ni the last one kita nak copy ni Okay. So tengok simple calorimeter dia same as the boom calorimeter cuma dia for non-combustion which is for the neutralization in our syllabus. So masih lagi melibatkan reaction in the mixture dalam bekas ni between the acid and base produce salt and water. Okay. So dia punya produk adalah garam dan air. The outer styrofoam, okay, ni macam sini nota awal lah. Which is we assume no heat loss to the surrounding. Which is the heat release from the reaction is equal to the heat absorbed by the solution and the calorimeter. Ni sama macam kita punya boom calorimeter. Betul tak? Heat release by the reaction iaitu Q reaction, negative Q reaction is equals to Q solution plus Q calorimeter. Tapi kalau untuk awak punya boom calorimeter, dia ada negative Q reaction sama dengan Q water. H2O plus Q cal. Beza hanya pada kita punya ni solution. Kenapa solution? Sebab kita punya neutralization menghasilkan salt and water. Dia ada combination garam dan air. Kita panggil dia sebagai solution lah. SOL ni stand for solution. Boleh? Kalau untuk boom calorimeter kita tak ada formation of solution, kita ada formation of the water during the process. Boleh? Okay, basic principle in calorimeter sama macam kita punya yang sebelum ni, heat released by the reaction which is the Q reaction refer to the ni tak ada negatif, sorry. Tak ada negatif Okay, Q reaction refer to the reaction of the neutralization. Kenapa dia heat release? Kenapa dia negative value? Sebab dia adalah proses exothermic. Based on the definition of the neutralization iaitu heat release when 1 mole of water is formed. When the acid and base reacted. Is equal to the heat absorbed by the, sorry sini bukan water, sini solution. Solution and calorimeter. Boleh? So formula dia macam ni lah. Sama macam tadi tu. Formula dia Q reaction equals to Q solution plus Q calorimeter. Yang berubah hanyalah pada solution tadi. And then kita rearrange negatif ni ke belah kanan. Dapat positive Q reaction equals to negative value for the mass of solution multiple by C of solution. Okay, specific heat capacity of the solution ni untuk case neutralization ni kita masih lagi guna dengan C of water. Kita assume the density of solution is equal to density of the water. So, kita akan gunakan specific heat capacity of water to calculate the C of solution. Okay, joule per gram per degree Celsius. Alright. Dan seterusnya delta T change in temperature ni for the solution and for the calorimeter are same because in the same system. Okay, dalam bekas yang sama, dalam sistem yang sama. Boleh? Okey, sebagai contoh soalan nombor 4 ni, okey, kita boleh baca sendiri soalan ni lah. Okey, dia ada buat reaction between the acetic acid and sodium hydroxide. So nampak tak kat sini kita ada acid and base which is the neutralization reaction. 20 cm cubic for the 2.0 molar NaOH was added to 30 cm cubic 1.0 molar of CH3OOH solution in plastic cup. Plastic cup ni adalah coffee cup calorimeter lah. Boleh maximum rise of the temperature is 5.8. So ni adalah change in temperature recorded for this system. Heat capacity of the plastic cup dia dah bagi dah. Ini adalah C calorimeter. And then assume density of water is equal to the density of solution. Kenapa kita buat assumption ni? Kalau soalan ni tak nyatakan assumption pun awak akan tahu sendiri. Kita assume the density of water is equal to density of water. So, kita boleh kira mass of the solution based on the volume of the solution form. Boleh Okay, so soalan nombor 1. Name the enthalpy for this reaction. And number 2, calculate the standard enthalpy for this reaction. So, the answer for number 1 is the enthalpy of neutralization. This betul, 1 markah And then number 2, calculate the standard enthalpy for this reaction. So, kita kena cari Q reaction dahulu. Which is Q reaction. Okay, sama dengan berapa? Gunakan formula Q reaction equals to negative Q solution tambah Q cal. And then, mass solution ni dah kira dah. MS stand for the mass solution, 50 gram lah sebab kita dah campurkan 20 cm3 dengan 30 cm3. So, kita gunakan volume untuk kira mass sebab kita dah assume density of solution is equal to density of water kan. Sebab dia 1 gram per milliliter. Which is means 1 gram is equal to 1 milliliter. So, sama lah milliliter ni 1 cubic lah. 1 cm3. 1 cm3. Faham? So, masukkan nilai tersebut 50 gram dengan C of solution sama dengan C of water juga. Sebab apa? Sebab kita dah assume. Reason sama Dah assume density of water sama dengan density of solution. So, C of water equals to C of solution. Iaitu 4.18 joule per gram per degree Celsius. And then, change in temperature dah bagi dalam soalan. Tambah dengan C cal dah bagi dalam soalan. Masuk je nilai. So, dapat negative 1428.54 joule. So, this quantity of heat release for how many mole of water produced sebenarnya? Untuk berapa mole? How many mole of water produce this quantity of heat release? Adakah for 1 mole? Sekarang ni standard enthalpy for this reaction mestilah for 1 mole, betul tak? Kenapa for 1 mole? Kenapa number 2 ni calculate the standard enthalpy for this reaction refer to 1 mole? Sebab kita punya enthalpy of neutralization refer kepada 1 mole of H2O form. Kalau tak ingat, cuba tengok balik semula definition yang dalam kita punya video 2.1 untuk enthalpy of neutralization kat sini. Dan catat kat sini dah. Heat release when 1 mole of water form. So, awak tak boleh kata nilai ni terus untuk 1 mole. Betul ke nilai ni untuk 1 mole? Awak kena tentukan. Betul ke tidak nilai yang awak kira negative 1428.54 joule is for 1 mole? So, how to determine the mole of water? How to determine the mole of water produced? Mesti based on the quantity of the reactant. Use kena gunakan konsep limiting reactant macam semester 1. So, saya continue next slide. Kita akan tentukan limiting reactant dengan cara from the reaction neutralization. Okay. Mole of acetic acid used is 1.0 molar. Multiple by the volume convert in liter. And then, dapat 0.03 mol. For the mole of NaOH pun sama jugalah. 2.0 molar darab dengan 20 in liter dapat 0.02 liter. So, equals to 0.04 mol of NaOH. So, kalau dah nampak daripada nilai ni, siapa limiting reactant, tak perlu tunjukkan dia punya calculation limiting reactant pun tak apa. Kalau kita tak jelas, which reactant is the limiting reactant, so awak kena show the calculation. Macam satu dululah, kita akan buat 1 mole. Based on the equation, 1 mole of acetic acid reacted with 1 mole of NaOH. But, in this question, provided value for the acetic acid adalah 0.33 mole. Ni provided kita. So, if 0.03 mole of acetic acid, it will react with how many mole of NaOH? 0.03 darab 1 mole. Bahagi 1 mol. Betul tak? Dapat 0.01 mol of NaOH. So, this quantity of NaOH is needed. Okay, needed 0.03. Provided mole of NaOH is 0.04. So, that means NaOH access or limiting reactant. NaOH is the access reactant because mole of NaOH provided is more than needed. So, NaOH is access reactant. While CH3COOH is the limiting reactant. So, mesti nyatakan siapa limiting reactant awak. That's all awak boleh tentukan mole of H2O depends on the mole of the limiting reactant provided, which is acetic acid provided. How many mole of CH3COOH provided? 0.03 mole of acetic acid provided. So kita akan kira. Okay, based on the equation balik semula. Okay. 1 mole of acetic acid, which is the limiting reactant, produce 1 mole of water. Betul? So, ini statement dia. 1 mole of acetic acid produce 1 mole of water. So, if question provide 0.03 mole of acetic acid will produce how many mole of water? Same quantity. Sebab ratio dia 1 to 1. Boleh? So, sebenarnya 0.03 mole of water yang produce during this process. That means this quantity of energy calculated from the previous calculation is for 0.03 mole of water, not for 1 mole. So, jangan terus kata negatif 1428.54 joule ni adalah untuk 1 mole. Ni salah. Ni for 0.03 mole of H2O form. Okay, so pelajar tak boleh stop calculation pada Q reaction tadi. Sebab apa? Sebab kita punya definition enthalpy of neutralization dah nyatakan dah. Heat release when 1 mole of water form. So, kita kena cari heat release bila 1 mole of water form. Nilai 0.03 menghasilkan negatif 1428.54 joule. So, how to calculate for 1 mole? Kita akan gunakan stoichiometric concept lagi sekali. So, sambung next slide. 0.03 mole of water. Heat release is negative 1428. Betul? Kalau ambil 4 angka berarti pernah cukup dah sebenarnya. So, if we have 1 mole of water form, so kita akan kira 1 multiplied by the energy release divide by 0.03 mole. So, akan dapat negative 47,618 joule. So, macam biasa, untuk enthalpy of neutralization dan apa-apa enthalpy value, dalam 2.1 dia cakap kan? Enthalpy value mesti in kilojoule per mole unit. So, pelajar tak boleh tinggalkan jawapan macam ni je. Mesti kena finalize jawapan awak dalam bentuk kilojoule per mole. So, kita akan gerakkan 3 tempat dapat negatif 47.62 kilojoule per mole. Okay. So, kurang-kurang 4 angka berarti. Kalau nak ambil negatif 47.618 kilojoule per mole pun betul jugalah. Dia kurang-kurang 4 angka berarti. Boleh? Okay. Clear untuk enthalpy of neutralization. Permakahan dia, okay, ni slide dia dah combine. Permakahan dia 1 mark for 1 Roman enthalpy neutralization, and then formula Q reaction and substitution 1 mark. Q reaction value 1 markah. Okay, and then stoichiometry 1 markah di sini. Statement for the acetic acid limiting reactant 1 markah. Boleh? And then kita cari mole of water produce, 0.03 mole of water produce 1 markah. Okay. And then stoichiometry to calculate the enthalpy for 1 mole 1 markah. The final answer is 1 mark. Boleh? So, dapat 8/8 markah. Okay. Soalan sama keluar pun macam ni juga konsep dia. Sama je Alright. So, seterusnya tengok. Keep in mind, sama macam kita punya boom calorimeter. Okay. If the question not mention about the heat capacity of the calorimeter, so maksudnya kita boleh gunakan terus formula Q reaction equals to negative Q solution. Kenapa? Because the value of the Q cal ni dah include in the Q solution. Ni kosong lah. Maksudnya heat capacity of calorimeter tidak diberitahu dalam soalan. Kalau dibagi dalam soalan, jangan diabaikan pula. Ni dalam case, dalam soalan tak mention about the heat capacity of the calorimeter. So, kita abaikan Q cal. Kita just kira gunakan Q reaction equals to negative Q solution. Sama macam konsep bomb calorimeter tadi. Kalau dia tak mention pasal water, so kita akan buat Q reaction sama dengan negative Q cal. Boleh? Alright. Itu sahaja untuk topik 2.2. Habis dah 2.2 sebenarnya. Tinggal buat latihan je untuk 2.2. 2.2 paling senang. Kalau keluar periksa soalan bonus untuk awak, gunakan MC delta T. Q equals to MC delta T. Dalam fizik pun belajar kan Q equals to MC delta T. Okay? Sekian, terima kasih.